Hey, what's going on, guys? Yes, I'm doing another video. Can you believe it? 2 videos in just a couple days, even though I've had no videos for so long. I don't got my tripod. I lost it somewhere in the move, which happens a lot to me since I've been moving so much in the past few years. It just got lost, so I'm gonna have to hold this thing up just with my hand, which kind of sucks, but I'll manage. Today I was gonna just kind of talk about a little bit of stuff um, to kind of give you guys a little bit more of an idea of what's going on with this project and what I kind of have planned right now, and give you guys a reason why I'm still wanting to continue to do comics right now. First off, comics is my first love artistically as an artist. I just always loved comics. I've read comics for a lot of my life. I watched a lot of anime and cartoons and stuff like that too. Um, but as I've kind of transitioned out of watching cartoons and anime and stuff, I just still feel like that comics or manga or graphic novels, whatever you want to call them, are just still such a great way as an artist to get your work out there and to tell a story. If you're a writer, it's almost like between a novel and a movie. It's just a comic. Um, some of you guys probably are under the impression, I think at least a few of you are, just from reading the comments from the last video, that this next project is going to be the second volume of Rona. It's not going to be the second volume of Rona. I've said this in some videos earlier. Rona is going to be a novel, just solely a novel. I have plans for that to incorporate Anthony's artwork, which I still have a ton of, and I plan on doing a novel form of that. Just right now, I don't have the time to sit down and work on a novel. That takes a lot of time, a lot of planning. It takes extraordinary amount of time, and I've never actually done it before, so I'd be totally new to it, and it would just take forever. However, I do want to work on another project, and I want to do a comic. And the reason I want to do a comic is some of the reasons I told you before. I think it's a great way to tell a story, and it's entertaining, but also it'll give an artist here on YouTube or on DeviantArt a chance to kind of show what they can do, and give them a little bit of a limelight to kind of step into. And who knows, maybe Rona Project, the channel, will be a stepping stone for them as they go farther into their art career. Anyway, I thought that would be kind of cool, and it's always, you never know what you're going to get when you work with another artist, which kind of brings me into my next thing is when you're looking for an artist, which is kind of what I'm doing now. It's a Thursday, it's in the afternoon. I'm on DeviantArt. Me and Joseph have been kind of scheming up exactly what's going to all go into finding another artist, and one of the things is kind of looking on DeviantArt and kind of gathering a collective or a list of artists that we feel has the potential to maybe take on something like this. It's really tough because even if they do have the artistic skill, they may not have the time, to do it, the means to do it. And on top of that, they may not be interested in working on a project like this one. They may be very set in their style or a type of story that they want to draw for, or they may want to only do their own stuff and write stories for their own work. So it's a filter, we're filtering through and in search for kind of a group of or trying to find a list of people that we think could fit the role, I guess I should say. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not going to get into the story behind this project. I'm just going to let it unfold, but I will say that it's not a fantasy story. Fantasy, well, it will always have my heart. I always think of the ultimate epics and the greatest stories as fantasy stories. I just love fantasy. I've always loved fantasy. And while fantasy has my heart, it's a more realistic story that has my mind. A more, what's the right word? Informative and awakening story that I'm wanting to tell. And I think it's going to take a special kind of artist to help in this process of telling this story. I don't really plan on it being a webcomic per se. I plan on it just being a project, and I'm just going to work on it until we have enough collective works to create another book. I don't know. I may, as pages are being created, You know, this is down the road a little bit since I'm still looking for an artist, obviously. But down the road, as we start to create pages and so forth, I may be releasing pages on our website and kind of turn it into a quasi webcomic slash comic book project, and let you guys like read it as we create it, so to speak. And that's kind of, you know, where we're at right now. A lot of the project, you know, is still needs to be tightened up, and the details need to be worked out until we have everything we need to actually start the project. Anyway, that's just a quick glimpse into kind of what I'm doing right now for those of you who are asking. And of course, I'm working on the actual script for this project right now. It's really fun. I had a little bit of time off here over the last couple days and earlier even the last week, so I've had plenty of time to do my writing and get involved with it, to really sit down and write for hours and hours and hours at a time. I enjoy that. I hate sitting down, and only getting to, do a little bit of work for an hour, and right when you feel like you're just building some momentum, something pops up and, you can't do that, or it's time to go to bed, or, whatever. There's always something that pops up, but when you have day in and day out to work on it, you can really aggressively get a lot of stuff done. So anyway, I was just catching everybody up, let you know that I'm still here. I'm back. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go live on Blog TV right now. And I'm probably going to go on there for about 3 hours or so. A lot of people, I know you guys have questions and stuff like that, and for me to really be able to answer everybody's questions, I think it'd just be best if I get on Blog TV here for a while. Let's see. It is 4:22. I think we're Central Time. So, let's see. I will go on at 6 o'clock. I'm going to go on at 6 o'clock Central Time. So, if you don't know your time zones, check them out, and find out. I know that normally we get people in the chat rooms from all over the world, so it's never a good time for the whole world. It's always night somewhere and day somewhere else. So 6 o'clock Central Time, I'll be on Blog TV. I'll probably be on for 2 hours, maximum 2.5, and which I know that seems like a long time, but man, it really goes fast when you're having fun. So, all right. I'll see you guys on Blog TV. I'll leave a link in the description box for you guys to click there, or directly get a link to go right to the chat room and start hanging out. We'll see you guys at 6. Later.